Hello everyone and welcome to another building stream with me, Bachacolio. And today, hopefully we will get to the end of building the Goliaths and get them ready for priming and officially get them out of the building series for the streams. Now, before we start, I have some news, mostly good ones. The regular Technobabble update regarding the issues I've been having with my computer. Operation Change the Thermal Compound was a success. I managed to do it without destroying my CPU, which is always a good thing. And now I'm running at 100% fan speed with the new thermal compound, and we are much cooler. I dropped a good 10 to 15 degrees. Hopefully, as the thermal compound sets in, we will see another drop of maybe 10-ish degrees. So step 1 is a success. There was some heat coloration, unfortunately, on the clamp of the processor, so yeah, I suppose that there is some damage done to the processor. That being said, I'm going to try and salvage the situation as much as possible. The threads do appear to function, so it's just a matter of trying to get it as cool as possible for as long as possible, and next on the agenda will be to get a more powerful fan with a better heatsink. Hopefully this will give it some needed life and extend the life cycle, which I have previously shortened by not looking at any temperature monitors. I also installed the software to control the fans on the GPU, so this should work to my advantage as well if I'm trying to stream any more hardware intensive games. But I don't expect any significant issues on that front. It's mostly the CPU that is worrying me, but right now we are cool. With all the recording software on and the music and so on, I have a 46, 47 up to 50 degrees, which is essentially close to idling. 12 to 13% CPU load, which is far from ideal, but it's healthy. It's healthy. I see some temperature spikes every now and again up to 53, 56 degrees, but supposedly all fine as well. It was a very nerve-wracking experience. I had never tried to change the thermal compound, scraping off the old one, the whole process. I'm always living under the fear that I will apply either too little or too much, and I will short circuit the CPU or the motherboard, effectively killing the PC. But hopefully that was not the case. So, how have you been, guys? Anything new? Anything old? Anything you want to say about yourselves? Or maybe just say hi? And as I will be jumping into the whole array very soon. This, by the way, is my measuring stick that I use to check the distance between the camera and my work surface. So whenever I changed vertically, I run this quick test because I have the settings right where I want them and I wouldn't want to change them again. There is quite a bit to do today, mostly having to do with drilling and filling up with green stuff with sticky tack, and what else? Of course, putting in some pins. So I will be brutalizing an innocent paper clip for this. And I should get some more because the one I currently have for this purpose looks rather wretched, but that's certainly not an issue. Also, once I finish with the building series for the Necromunda, I will not be starting straight off with another building stream. Instead, I will be doubling up on the painting ones. It might get a bit repetitive and tedious, however, I am starting to run out of time to prepare the team. And with one stream a week, it does not appear that I will be able to keep up. So yeah, I will double down on the painting just until I can get the team built and prepared for the World Cup. And then we will diversify significantly. So I'll be jumping around from project to project so that there will be always something fresh for you to see. As I mentioned previously, the Blood Bowl Rebel Cripple ladder is now open, and I have submitted my teams. They have been also accepted. So once I do the short cycle of build and paint tutorials, they're more along the lines of paint alongs, I will be going into Blood Bowl. Maybe testing out a World Cup build with one of the guys, or just dedicating the entire stream to spinning in the cripple ladder. I have two teams in the cripple ladder. One is Dark Elf and one is Norse. I will, however, be prioritizing the Dark Elves simply because there are far too many Norse teams already in the cripple ladder, and I don't want to have too many mirrors. Okay, so let's get right into this. I will once again use the Hey Pagan Space, how are you? Thanks for joining. I was just saying that once I make a full cycle of the build and paint streams, I will be going into the Blood Bowl again. If you'd like to, we can combine testing out the World Cup builds, and after a game of that, I can go into the cripple ladder and spin for a quick, fun, bloody game or two. But today I am motivated to get through these guys, maybe finally finishing them off so I can get them off of my to-do list for the moment at least. So where do we start? Well, I suppose I will be maybe start by cutting off the last couple of weapons. Oh, alright, cool. Last bits of weapons that we will need for this occasion, which will be... let me just see. So, this guy is done-ish. I probably won't be using this arm, but let's keep it there just for simplicity's sake. So we have one, and this is a right arm. Oh, this is the left one. Okay, so that's one. This will be the second one here. I'm just arranging them to see how many sets of weapons I will need for the basic setup. Maybe a weapon. Nope. So weapons, dude, and there's a left and a right. Okay. And then there's this guy left out. I checked them out, so the core, the big bunch of rules is about 270 pages. I will be printing them out, but it's kind of daunting to read through, but little by little I suppose we can have it done. Necromunda, yeah, Mordheim. That's also an option. I don't think that the rules are significantly different in any way. But yeah, let's I will try to focus on Necromunda first and let the rest for later. Right, so I will for sure need one more set of weapons. Clean up. And I think I'll go for another basic weapon, so that would be 40, 41, and 42. Yeah. Let's just get to clipping. Oh, not to worry, let me just check, but there don't appear to be any skipped frames, so it is possible, since the last time I have bumped up the bitrate for the stream, so if you're having some slider... No, it's the same, it's just the shuffle gives us new things every time. I haven't changed it in 5 or 6 streams, but I do enjoy what's on the menu today. Have to say. Yeah, so for the stream though, it may be that you may have some issues with the internet. So if you refresh the stream, the lag might disappear. Because from my side, I had 0.1% skipped frames, so this isn't enough for lagging. .41. Yep, this one. This week, unfortunately, I might not be able to get as many streams in as I wanted, because I've been more or less extorted to go to the Everlast concert tomorrow, and I don't think I'll find the time to sneak streaming before I have to go. And considering that Combi Christ will be on Wednesday, that'll be 2 days. Here's the message. Yeah, that's exactly it. That might be the issue, but I don't know. I have to check it out and cross-check with someone else, just in case. Yeah, I'll be looking into that, but right now there really isn't that much I can do. I can't change the quality settings midstream. But I might return to the lower bitrate. Because I seem to remember you saying the same thing last stream, and that was the first time I used the bumped up bitrate, so I suppose that might be it. It's just putting too much pressure on the network. So I'll just bring it down by 500 kilobits or so. Shouldn't be an issue. Following our discussion in real life about the Bretonians, I started watching Andy Davo's current playthrough on Cabal Open, Cabal Championship ladder with Bretonians. And I honestly cannot recommend it to you because he really doesn't have a stable idea of what he's doing, and he's just not really much liking the team. However, the reason for not liking the team is because he rolls poorly a few games in a row, and when... yeah, he's not... However, his idea... no, not really. I think that he is 2-1-1 out of the 4 games that I watched, but it is currently ongoing, so he will have a decent 20-ish games with the Bretonians. So if you want to check him out, yeah, I don't think he will be the best unless he starts rolling better and starts investing more effort into them. But he is going for the dodge build for the blodgers. Andy Davo, so Andy with a Y, Davo is as you hear it. It's still a fun watch if yeah, he so he streams on YouTube, on Twitch. However, he uploads the matches as separate videos on YouTube, and he makes playlists of them. I think that currently for the Bretonians he has 7 or 8 matches recorded from, let's say, a couple of weeks ago. No worries. I was curious as well, so it was a good opportunity to check him out again. I don't really catch him live, even though I am in his Discord and I receive the Go Live notifications, but I'm usually not at home whenever he starts streaming. Still, he is considered a very, very good player, coach. So even for basic strategies and plays, he is a worthwhile investment to give a watch to. Sorry, what? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's the championship spinning. It's not a league, it's a ladder. So it's one of those systems where you just spin random coaches with up to 500 team value difference. But it's not a league. He does play in Rebel, and he does play in OCC and in UK BBL. But the Bretonians he's currently playing are in CCL, which is the official championship of the Blood Bowl 2 game. But yeah, there are improvements. He is gaining levels and developing the teams. So essentially everything that we would care about. It's not a resurrection, but still, it gives you an idea of what he would build the team as. And you can prioritize your skill distribution. Don't really think it's necessary for me to explain what I'm doing right now. It's just the same thing that I've been doing for the previous 4 streams. Just cleaning up the mode lines, chopping off the bits of sprue that are left to the details, to the elements, and then prepare them for putting together. If you notice, this guy is really not holding his gun safely, having his thumb right outside of the barrel. Oh really? The only Necromunda one I saw was the one we talked about, the Redeemer. But yeah, everything that would include the Arbites would also be quite fun, I believe. Oh. I don't really have a subscription to these ones. But it's good to see them getting some love. Also, I did check, and the Cawdor gang has been re-released with the new Necromunda. They're not particularly stellar, but there is one model that resembles the Redeemer, so not exactly, but oh, I see, okay. I might dig around the network, the internets, try and find something. I used to have a huge Warhammer 40k comic book collection, focusing on my first favorite chapter, which was the Black Crusaders, the crazy zealous ones, but their color scheme is really dull and at the same time really difficult to replicate to do good. So I had to, yeah. Yeah. What about those dudesters? With the big, beautiful chain swords, the two-handed ones. They are awesome. Blood Quest. Oh, I don't remember if I if I had that one. I don't think so, otherwise it would have rang a bell. Oh, I like I like the long ones. I prefer them because the ones I had for the Black Crusaders, I'm not sure if that was the name, however, was pretty short. It was just a few volumes. Didn't really go anywhere. So if it's a long one, that would give the chance for the story to actually evolve. I read a couple of volumes of Wolf and Sister, which is really non-canonical and really differently stylized. Yeah, I suppose. But it was written in a rather fun. Hey there, Nalinde, thank you very much for the follow. How are you today? Welcome to the channel. As you can see, I'm just cleaning some bits and bobs for the Necromunda Goliaths, and we are having a discussion regarding 40k comic books, because why not? Yeah, Wolf and Sister I don't know, was or is still ongoing, an online comic with a very different style of drawing, but it was fun, I suppose. I think so. It was very anime in the theme that was that they were trying to go for. The story was very anime, which I have nothing against, still. Needed to be said. Nalinde, would you like to hop aboard on the chat and tell us a bit about yourself? Let us know if you're into Necromunda or any of the other tabletops that we are discussing here now, or anything else. Black Templars, yeah, I thought Crusaders sounded weird. Yeah, it wasn't very interesting, but you have to take into consideration I started when I was at the height of my 40k hype. So literally every bit and piece of fluff I could get my hands on was a godsend. I could just binge content for hours. Which of course meant that my initial zeal would burn out quite fast. After which I started to approach these topics with a bit more moderation, a bit more of a kindling warmth, and it's held up quite well throughout the years. Alright, so I suppose we would be done, unless I can find anything better to put on. I wanted to use the renderizer, but this will probably be in the second season. The band members. Well, I am actually stuck on red as the main armor color, and probably some kind of khaki, brown greenish for the pants, something along those lines. Unfortunately, I saw that this is pretty much the most common theme for these Goliaths, but I already made the decision, so I think I'll stick to it. As I did make the decision independently, so to say. And I haven't looked through the fluff to find if there are how the different houses are called from within the Goliaths. Yeah, but I've set my mind to it, honestly. I haven't painted anything red in 5 years, so I really want to get back to it. Last thing I painted red was the K-Door for War Machine back in 2014-ish, maybe. But yeah, if a bright spark of inspiration comes to me for another paint scheme, it's not too late to switch to it. I think we should be done for the numbers, for the number of weapons and arms, just for the initial build. So I will start with the drillings and the gluing of the bits. As usual, I'm a bit worried that the drill holes will misalign, but this is just something I'll have to deal with on the go. Worst comes to worst, I can just make the holes larger and completely drill out the cavities of the arms and have all the space I need. I have a ton of stick attack, so that won't be a problem to fill up. This guy is totally bringing the party down, so I will just switch the song. There we go, something with a little bit more oomph in it. Meanwhile, a quick temperature update. It is stable. It's stable and it's in the norm. So I am happy. Most of all, I am happy that I didn't kill the CPU. So now I can build on that. Yeah, the computer is on, so I am. It's the same PC. It has some weird spikes here and there, but as a whole, I think it's fine. I tested it on the Surge and it's still not ready for it. It still goes over the cap, so over 90 degrees, but it's far more manageable. Really? Try and refresh the stream, maybe that'll fix it. Just refresh the whole page. So yeah, I'll drop the bitrate for the next stream for sure. won't, it shouldn't change the quality, but it will allow for slower internet connections to watch without any disruptions. Hey, Rimbo, how you doing? Welcome to the drilling stream. In just a few moments, I will start. Nice to know, good to hear. We'll start marking some pilot holes, and we will initiate drilling procedures. So I appear to have marked this guy. So let's give him a pilot hole right there. I don't know if you saw in the group, but we have had our first match with Stan from the league, and it was a really fun Elfoth match. Very tense, but very fun as a game as a whole. Quite taxing. I think we were both quite tired after it, and it took quite long to finish. But it was a good game, definitely. I also saw that Itanif played his first match with Augie, and they played it in the open, which might not be a bad idea for future games if the weather allows it. Well, as Itanef summarized, it appears to have been a combination of his dice rolling and the fact that he is a very experienced and very good coach, so it doesn't come as that much of a surprise. Also, goblins are very tricky if you haven't played many games against them. So if you're not prepared, if you're not experienced on playing with and against goblins, you might be in for a nasty surprise. Because when the fanatic starts swinging the ball and chain, that strength 7 is really annoying. He beat me with goblins, as a matter of fact, during the Mootland half-ball tournament. Which is where Yeah, no, I'm just going to stick this one on, and this one I will add after I made the torsos. Or not, or maybe I'll just start drilling right away and just leave that for a little bit later. Gobbles need nerf, yeah, OP, OP. We were talking about this with Pig in Space, that following the recent Halfling positionals introduction, the least updated team remains to be the Ogres, and are probably currently the worst off. And I hope we get to see some interesting updates for them in the future. Because Ogres are a fun team, and yeah, I don't know if the Ogres themselves will become positionals, or if the runts will get variation. Does anyone know, by the way, what's next on the line by GW for releases after the Wood Elves? Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, that sounds like something they'll do. 'Cause I don't think that they will go for another stunty team right after the Flings. It's probably gonna be a while. Yeah, I saw the Wood Elves. It looked pretty fun, I have to say. I didn't expect for them to bring back the spandex, but I like it. Yeah, they're the first thing after the Halflings, but I think that there were 2 or 3 teams between the Goblins and the Halflings. So it might be another 2-3 teams before we see Ogres. I don't know, might be less. I'm not really good with these prediction type things. I don't really quite understand the logic that they're running on. Well, yeah. The thing about GW teams is that they are they are made for kit bashing. So they are not made to be used in the way out of the box team that they are. They have a lot of possibility to be combined with other bits and pieces from other kits, which gives them a lot of potential for variety. However, it does require you to actually get an idea or a concept for building them. But as out of the box teams, now I'm not really wild about them either. Third parties usually come out with more interesting concepts for designs. Yeah, well, that's just their politics for making all of the money. And it's really, really annoying, I have to admit. But again, that is if you want to have your team out of the box done. Yeah, but you can't really change them. You can't quite give them any model level, like design level modifications to give them additional individuality for your own team, whereas for GW teams you can give them head swaps from other ranges, you can give them different arms, different legs, and kind of tailor them more. Yeah, that's what I say. So if you're wanting a team out of the box that looks great and has unique positionals, definitely third-party companies. If you have the time and the imagination and the spare bits from GW ranges, then definitely theirs are good. I like my human team for that particular reason. But it took a hell of a longer time to get them on the table than the other teams. Yeah, simply because they are the most popular ones, and thus the chances of seeing them on the table as a mirror match is that much bigger. So this is a reason why I wouldn't necessarily go to JW for their releases. And also sometimes their designs are really funky. Sometimes. Like the Dark Elves, I think were very much a disaster. I really didn't like the Dark Elf design that they came up with. Very bulky, and these weird scarves were also strange. They didn't give a dark elfy vibe, especially as compared to the Grebo ones. But the Pro Elves, yeah, the Pro Elves are very good bunch of models. They have very good designs, and they can actually make some very good Dark Elves if you put some time into it. Yeah, the Pro Elves were good. But from what I hear from people who have tried to put them together, they are a very fiddly team in terms of the bits. So they are hard to put together. There appear to be very many very small bits things like the cigar in this Goliath kit. They had multiples of those, making the building part rather annoying and fiddly and not very fun overall. But yeah, in terms of design, the pros were great. And you can make them into 3 teams at least. But yeah, in general, GW teams require you to have your stash of leftover bits and mutilate and bash them together. That's possible, yeah, but obviously they went back to re-release. Yeah. Quite. Spikes make everything better. A statement that Spiky here would very much attest to. That's not right. You stay here, you get a hole. Spun away. Yeah, I agree with you. Although the woodies I like how they turned up. There's something about that retro 80s spandex style that I just like for some reason. Most of them do, by the way. If you remember when they released the Red Ogre for the Skavens, the painted version that was on the website looked rather ghastly. Yeah, they do. But in real life, when you saw the sculpt of the Red Ogre, it looked pretty fine. So I suppose there is a lot to it. By the way, speaking of masks, you might want to check out the Dreadball Skaven alternative. So they're called Veermin, as in vermin, and they're Skaven with gas masks, and they look really fun. And since I have one sprue of Skaven, I think I sold one of the sprues, I can mix and match them together and make something original. I don't know how well Mantic and GW parts will look together, but I'm sure as hell gonna give it a try. If I ever get to them, of course. That would be the 5th project on the chopping block. I really need to get somewhere with the Norse. I really want to get them done just so I can diversify the streams and start working on more challenging projects and painting individual models. I have ideas for... So I have a Vindicaar assassin. I think it was the Vindicaar. The chick with the long ponytail. That I can make into a female star player. I have a Zug. I mean, there are a lot of... No. Which one? Which assassin was that? Vindicaar is the sniper. Calidus? Calidus? Anyway, you remember what I mean. The chick in the black latex with the red ponytail. Because she looks like she can easily be converted from a jumping to a running pose, and if I just put the ponytail a bit lower, it can be as if she's running. And her bladed... Yeah, the vermin are pretty fun. I think they are probably the best one of the Mantic teams. I think I can say that with some certainty. I personally am looking into the nebulas for Amazons. I'm not sure if all of the positionals were present. I mean, you will have to modify them to match the Blood Bowl positionals. But if you want some additional line Skaven that will look a bit different, I think they are good, and they are very cheap. The Mantic teams are pretty cheap. But again, that's a project that's far away to be even initiated. By the way, I checked out the poll system in Facebook, and for some reason the generic polls can only have 2 options. I don't know why they did. Calidus, yeah, that's the one. Okay, thanks. Could have just gone up and checked the box, but I'm lazy. So I'll have to do some external polls in external applications and get them to Facebook. Because I want to give you some choice for the games and for the future projects. So whenever I near completion one, with the exception of this one, because as I said, I'll just double down on the painting one. When this is done and the Norse are done, I will put up some polls for the next project and for the next game after the Surge. Yeah, well, I still prefer to give you the options since I myself am not really sure which one I would like to tackle next. So it would be at the same time you confirming what will spark more interest in you, and at the same time will help me decide. If there are too few options, I can always make just an arbitrary decision. But it might be fun to just list everything that I have lying in the ideas box. Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, something that will be more interesting than the other options for you. But I am speaking for several months in the future. We tied. I was dripping in sweat and had a horrible headache, but we tied. And it was fun. It was a nice game, I have to say. I'm not super looking forward to facing the chaos next, but I might as well do it while they are still not very skilled up. Time for the drilling. Yeah, sure. No permanent casualties is a good thing. I did have a crippled runner. I'm still debating whether or not to give him the boot or keep him around. But I'm not in too much of a hurry to make the decision, so it's just sitting there. I will probably just forget to fire him, so I'll keep using him with the minus movement allowance. So something I found out during my previous drilling attempts. I have to drill deeper and make the holes as big as humanly possible without breaking the model. Give me the most chance to fill in stuff. That was a very technical term, fill in stuff. You can write that down. Yeah. Thing is, last season when I started with them, playing on 2 rerolls was very hard. Granted, I didn't have that many dodge skill ups as I do now, but I don't feel comfortable with 2 rerolls. I do start playing silly and I need that bit of security, just a little bit of a safety net. Oh, the Chaos team is there. I saw it. Unless you brought it back for for more touch-ups. Did you give it back to the painter or did you keep it as is? After you displayed it? Okay, someday. Right. So what I'm doing now is mostly what the stream will be, which is just drilling. You can call me British Petroleum. Right, okay. I haven't really been checking, but approximately how many painters do you know that work on commission for such things here? In Bulgaria, I mean. I think that there are... the ones that are mostly used are 3? Yeah, okay. There are certainly others, but yeah. So at least 4. That's good. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, when you consider that they are mostly working with 40k projects that are significantly sized armies, it makes sense that they don't take commissions too often, that they are not open for commissions too often. Uh-huh, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, exactly, for larger commissions, more models with average tabletop standard, I suppose. Hey, White Wolf. Thank you for joining. How are you today? Yeah, I'm mostly interested in the local commission painters. If you want to outsource outside, yeah, there are a ton, but I'm mostly interested in the local ones. Oh, that's nice. Well, is it because I reminded you of them? Or were you playing them anyway? Yeah, okay. They're a fun series. I thoroughly enjoy them. They will be one of the options for future games for the stream. I would like to hope to do... Yeah, the second one just goes forever. It's too large and samey and grindy to an extent. But I think that the third one is pretty nice. I've never tried it, but it looks fine. Looks good to play. But yeah, the second one is a showstopper. Like, if I wanted to do the series, I might skip the second one. Just go for 1 and 3. Yeah, War is the best. He is the best character by far. There is a Russian model designer, and he has released give War a chance. I don't think they will. From what I hear, they made the fourth one, the one that is coming out, is top-down, sort of even more Diablo-y. Something like Victor Vran in terms of gameplay. And you will get to switch characters in it. Can't remember the name, that one. Yeah, the prequel, yeah. Genesis, maybe? I don't know, I just saw a glimpse of it. I think from E3, from this year's E3. But I haven't given it much time. Oh, okay, so it is Genesis. All right, this is... Oh, you mean one after, chronologically after the one with Fury? I don't know if they'll be able to think about what to do. Because, you know, the first one is Zelda, essentially. The second one is Diablo. The third one is Dark Souls. I don't know what they could do for the fourth one. I mean, I saw the team that a shooter, yeah, that's pretty much all that's left. And Strife is the gun guy. Yeah. But which one would they emulate? Which third-person shooter do you think they can emulate for this game? Like, which one stands out enough to give it an homage in terms of game mechanics? Royal Rainbow, the team looks fine. It's a little pinkish, but otherwise it's pretty decent. Gears of War, yeah, maybe. Yeah, you might be right. By the way, Microsoft announced that they will be expanding their shops, their catalog of games. So they will be Gears of War will get its place on Steam. And I'm really looking forward to that because I wanted to play a Gears of War game forever. And I think the only one available was 3. The other ones you have to have Windows Live Services, the App Store. So yeah, soonish, Gears of War 4 and 5 will be available on Steam. And they have also, last year, they announced a tactical game like XCOM, tactical strategy turn-based, in the Gears of War universe, which is also something that sounded pretty good to play. Not gonna lie. It got me interested. So if they make good on their promise and they actually do bring their catalog over to Steam and other PC platforms, so I don't care if it's Steam or GOG, I will definitely be getting those. By the way, in case you're wondering how I will clean all of these shavings, I was digging through my boxes of garbage and I found this. A USB, whatchamacallit, vacuum cleaner. Yeah, XCOM will be in the list. It will be in the poll. I am a bit hesitant just because it'll take very long to play through a campaign of XCOM 2 or XCOM 1. And the problem with XCOM is that I'll play it until I can, but that's what I was trying to tell you. It's difficult to identify when you are in a death spiral. So when you're already losing the game, but you still have some missions to play through, but you can't keep up. Yeah, alright. Where did you post the picture? Big in Space, did you post it in the chat? Because I missed that. Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay. So yeah, XCOM will make the list. Darksiders will make the list. Okay, all right, we'll keep it in context. Fallout will make the list. Banner Saga, maybe. Bastion, Transistor. I mean, I have a billion ideas for games. Yeah, so there will be something that I will think about how to organize for multiplayer, for cooperative multiplayer games. and I have Borderlands, and I have that other one that we've tried to play with you, White Wolf, if you remember, Raiders of the Broken Planet. So now it's called Space Lords, and it's it's rebranded, and it's made that we can actually play. I think we will be able to play cross-platform. So I will make something. It will be a rarer occasion, maybe once a month or twice a month. Oh, that's good to know. Okay, so I'll keep that in mind as well. And we can make a monthly get-together stream for cooperative multiplayer. Yeah, I just need a little more time to get a better picture about how to schedule my streams. And if I will be able to actually schedule them, or if it will be a day-by-day basis. As you know, real life tends to happen every now and again. And Blood Bowl will also upset the schedule. Both the Rebel Blood Bowl and our tabletop Blood Bowl. So there will be some variables. Yeah, that's a way of saying it. For anyone who is not aware, there will be an Everlast concert tomorrow that I have been a little bit extorted into attending. So if it's something you listen to. Actually, Pig in Space, he recommended them to me, and if you check out my page, my stream page, you'll see that I posted a song just before doing one of the build streams. Yeah, I did. They're fun. I like those guys. Yeah, didn't it? I thought it passed. Yeah, I thought it passed in November. Okay, that's something to look forward to. Yeah. Got my workbench good to go, my sticks and planks are all stockpiled, and I feel good cause I've been mining all day long. Well, I spent the afternoon staring at my computer. I'm not sure if it didn't pass already. Because I saw the event. Yeah, okay, let me know when you do. Because if it's still upcoming, I might want to go there. But yeah, tomorrow is Everlast, and the day after tomorrow is... Don't rush it, come on. We're almost there. We're almost there. How are we doing? Oh yeah, we've got plenty of time. Oh, okay, so there's quite a long time to it then. Good. So yeah, as Big in Space gently nudged me into that direction, let's get right back to drilling. Who hasn't got their holes yet? So I can switch out the weapon loadouts. I wanted to magnetize them, but the way that the connections for the pieces have been built are too small to fit a magnet. So I will do a combination of pinning and white sticky tack. Because it works like a bit like 40k in that you have an armory to choose from for the loadouts. And even though I will do a single loadout combination right now, that I have no idea if it's viable or not because I haven't read the rules yet, I do want to have the option to change things around. And it's a bit like in Blood Bowl, in that after matches you earn cash, and with that cash you can buy equipment for your dudes, and also they gain experience, and with experience they level up. So it's a bit RPG-ish. So I like to have my dudes as modular as possible, which will take a bit longer to do, but in the end the effect should be good. Well, the results, they won't be very effective. Oh yeah, please do. Post it in chat so I can show it to the rest. No, post it in chat and in the Twitch chat. If you want to, that is. Yeah, they released something like them, but I'm not sure. They released some kind of security, Imperial security team for Necromunda, but it wasn't the Arbites. They had a distinct design change. They look cool, but they don't have the cool Judge Dredd. Oh yeah, you're back to Tyranids, I see. That's cool. Which one is that? Is that the Lictor? Or some sort of Gaunt? I'm not really versed in the Xenos of the Imperium, of the 40k universe. A Carnifex, yeah, okay. But yeah, I would like to see a re-released Arbites team very much. They have a team of Judge Dredds running around. Because even the old ones look very good. like for the time that they were released, and there's some pretty decent models. And I think that there is a third party that made Arbites. Oh really? The 2001 Odyssey, was it? No, 2001 AD. I didn't know. No, I mean the name of the comics where Judge Dredd appeared for the first time. It was 2000 something AD. It wasn't titular at the beginning. But I didn't know they owned the rights. I do know that RoboCop is actually aping a little bit of the Judge Dredd design for the helmet. Shit. Overdid it here a little bit. That's no problem. So essentially, they were just using their own IP in this case. That's nice. It is a very kick-ass design, there's no way. Not sure about the comics, but there was a short mini-series on YouTube with Judge Dredd. Okay, well, I will be lying if I said that it didn't make any sense to add some BDSM in the law and order disciplinarian whatchamacallits. So there's that. Okay, so they're not coining the name, but the character is an obvious parody. They're not going all Flash Gits on it, like they did their parodies of Space Hulk. Those were hilarious. Okay, I can see that happening. Bit of a risk-reward situation, I guess. That was already drilled. This one remains to have the holes into it. Okay, I'm not gonna go any deeper because I don't want to drill through the arm, because I kind of already did that. I'm just gonna mute the mic for a moment because I'll be turning off the USB vacuum cleaner. Okay. Ha! That's pretty cool, not gonna lie. Right, that's sort of sorted out. Yeah, I should sit down and watch all of the Hellraisers. I should binge them. I tried it a while ago, and I think I got through like 2 of them or 3 of them, because I watched the 4th one first, and then I went back and saw the first one and the second one. I don't think I've seen the 5th one. Is it the one they go in the past or something? Because the 4th one is in the future, so on the space station. But I don't think I've seen the 5th one. Inferno, okay. Well, being the latest one, it should be. If you're talking about effects. Yeah, it always went a bit hard for the body horror. If you go back to the first one, where the anti-hero was slowly going into transforming back into human from a skeleton, that was somewhat gory, especially for its time. But it's kind of part of the story to have body horror. Yeah, it was pretty slow. It was a movie that happened, and then at the end, Tucker and Dale versus Evil is great. Yes, yes, I agree. But yeah, the first and actually first and second one, it's just a horror movie that goes on and on and on, and then at the end of the day, it just
couple minutes before the end of the movie, bam, Xenobites, were they called Xenobites? I think that's how they were called. Pinhead's associates, so to speak. Yeah, I never really saw their angelic incarnation, because mostly they just tore shit up once they showed up in any of the movies. Maybe someone of a Slaneshi persuasion would find them angelic, but it'd be a tough sell, not gonna lie. Oh, there's a book about it? Didn't know that there was a book. Like, is it what the story originated from? Or was it written after the movies? Oh, okay. Oh. Learn something new every day. Okay. Is it called Hellraiser? Or do you not know? The Hellhound Heart, okay. Alright. Oh, so it's pretty... So it's what, 2 years... 1 or 2 years before they started? Or is it even the same year, actually? I seem to remember it came out... Though I don't remember it came out. I remember seeing that it came out 1 year before the movie. Yeah, so... I suppose it made significant waves to be adapted so quickly after its release. Especially considering the fact that there were probably 55 Stephen King books coming out that same year as any other year. I have no idea how a person can write so much in one lifetime. Okay. No, not in any way, shape or form. I'm just referring to the volumes that he turns up. Not in any way saying that everything is an automatic hit. I'm not really keeping up with him. It just came to my mind, being a more or less 80s author. It just has had so many adaptations to screen. Yep, that current effects is looking damn nice. Are you gonna use them for 8th edition or Kill Team? Alright. So he will get a coat of some color. Did you get started on the dwarves? Normal 40k, okay. But still in 8th edition, not the old ones. Oh, you have a theme figured out. If you feel in any way, shape or form excited about the thought of painting them, I think you should try. Worst case, you can always strip them and start anew, or give them to someone else to paint. But if the idea excites you in any way, I think you should go for it. The base? I didn't see any warping in the base. If you didn't Oh, okay. Still, when you put paint and effects on the base, you won't be able to tell. It will be fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, that's a big army you're going for then. A big points army. 'Cause I think that they should be quite costly in terms of game points. Okay. Okay, see you, Pig in Space. Thanks you for joining, and have a lovely rest of the evening. See you soon, hopefully. Oh yeah, these are nice, White Wolf. Did you paint the red one? Nice. So you have gotten your mojo back. Oh, everything always needs more. I mean, as long as you decided to start and keep it up, it'll be alright. Oh, so it's not like you have a deadline or anything, so have fun with it. The most important part of the whole thingamajigger. This whole hobby has one goal, and that is to give you some fun. I started watching a series called Happy. It's about this. Okay. You do that. It's about this detective turned contract killer and his daughter's imaginary friend comes to him to ask for help. It's a very psychotic, very... Oh yeah, I'm just about to start it tonight. I'm gonna start the second season. I binged the whole first season last evening and got immediately hooked on it. I was just looking through some stuff just for the evening to fill out, and this came up. I say, why not? Turns out it was a blast. Although again, it's one of those who start out really strong, and you can feel somewhere in the third or fourth episode that the pacing just goes a bit dead. But still, it manages to hold up. Just a little bit drowsy somewhere between in the middle. Oops. So yeah, after this stream I'll start first episode of the second season and see how far I go. No, that's one thing that I missed. I know it's really hyped and a lot of people like it. I just haven't gotten to it. I think that when it blew up, I just wasn't currently watching many things, and so I just missed it. But I should catch up with it at some point. Yeah, now I'm already hooked on that. I gotta see it through. Oh, by the way, I did get to Altered Carbon as you advised me maybe a year ago. Yeah, it's good, really good. Yes, yes. I don't think I went all the way because it wasn't done when I started it, or was it? Or Okay, I would like to watch that, yeah. Alright, okay. Because I saw the first few episodes and I really liked it. And I thought it'd be something interesting to watch with my girlfriend, but then we never got to it, and I forgot to finish the series. I think I have to start back from 4th episode, but yeah, I'll get through it. Yeah, I want to, so it'll happen for sure.
long? Oh yeah. Plenty of time. How many things do I have to fill? So this... Probably all the weapons, yeah. Weapons. I haven't drilled this one. Yeah, so the ultimate goal is to have something like this. So sticky tack and a pin. So I can jam it up into the arm socket. And it holds up pretty well. Who was the test guy? I think it was him? No. Yeah, this guy. So yeah, just slap it in here. And boom. Now I have to put smaller pins, but overall, you get the idea. Yeah, hopefully it will work. At first I was worried if it'll hold or if it'll fall out, but considering how light they are, it sticks in pretty nice. Kinda. Which one did I forget to drill? This one. Quick fix. Three, I think. So yours, Idsanif and Ogis, and mine and Stan's. Big in spaces, that is. So we have 4 to go. Hopefully we will
Well, yeah, I think it's. Oh no, wait. No, there are 7 rounds, not 7 games per round. Yeah, so one. Yeah, one. I hope we keep up the pace. It began good. Started off well. Hopefully it'll take less than a year this time around. Yeah, we can. I have been thinking about when to do it, but this week is going to be a bit crazy with the concerts, and I will try to do the streams. So I'm gonna have to wait until the end of the week before I can tell you anything for sure. I feel like a dentist doing this. Yeah, I have several. We could do it at home, I'll think about it. Again, it's more of a time issue than anything else. Whenever I get, yeah, I suppose. What is up with me? This is the second one I forgot to drill. No one says anything. Like, come on guys, remind me when you see that I obviously forget stuff. All right. Just some people are reminding me of the concert tomorrow. I will get to them in a moment. Just a couple, well, 3 more weapons. And I'll get to the pins. Oh, it's not 3 because you have 5. This is House Goliath. They are the big dumb folks. Sort of like smaller Ogrins or something along the lines. But I really like the models, and the choice was easy to make. Gang, yeah. Gang Goliath. Because they're houses, I think they are divided into. Again, I still haven't read the rules, so not really up to the terminology standards. Yeah, Goliath is whatever they're technically. I mean, they have mohawks, how can you not choose them? Yes. And you can believe that their colors will be crazy. Well, the mohawk colors anyway. Because you guys see, they have crazy variants of mohawks, so it was a no-brainer to pick those up. I would be a bit more excited if I wasn't absolutely certain that I have misaligned the holes that I drilled, so it's gonna be a nightmare to align the arms to the torsos. Which is why I drilled holes that are considerably larger than the pins that I'll be putting in, to give me a bit of room to buffer, a bit of a wiggle room for any inaccuracies. But so far I don't think it worked particularly well. It'll be a bit of a struggle to get them together, but that's probably not something that I'll do on the stream. I'll just focus on getting everything in line and just get them ready to be primed and possibly drill out the gun barrels, because as we all know, that's probably the most important thing to do. And these guys have some sweet barrels. But the barrels don't need to align to anything, so I will leave them for last. Sorry you can't exactly see what I'm doing right now, but I have to keep it like that for stability. I have to say, the first time I started drilling for magnetizing, I used power tools. Oh, that's cool. Are you using the plastic glue that you talked to me about? A long time ago you mentioned a brand, yeah, of plastic glue. Revell, alright. I just got really used to the super glue at this point. I'm working with different materials and it's just easier to keep up. Yeah, just gonna take a look. By the way, do feel free to post your pics in chat if you feel like it. Oh yeah, this looks gorgeous. As long as you just have any sort of link that you can post. So you can't post the picture itself, but you can post a link to the picture. Since not for anything else, but since I will be uploading these on YouTube, the videos, and for the people that would watch the recordings, so they would know what we're talking about. This is why I have chat on screen as well. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm just reminding everyone in case they want to or they have the possibility to. It's not in any way, shape or form mandatory. Alright. I'll still be here for another half hour or so, so don't worry about it. Okay. Make sure to give it a good sturdy shake. No, just White Wolf is going to do some priming. And he'll be right back. Alright. Did you try out the pirate faction? Because some people told me that it's very unbalanced. Because at least it would appear to be very unbalanced. Did I? Yeah. We did have a short talk about it. I haven't actually played it, I just heard from some people that there was such a thing. I actually didn't even know that this existed at all, so I don't know much about it. I know that there are again some alternative upgrades for the units, and that there is a pirate-like race that's a little bit on the overpowered side. Right from that, I don't know anything. Will I be able to cut this in half? Okay, well, that's good to hear. So they kept the important bits in. the rest of the paper clip that I'll be using. I see. Well, admittedly, there were some aspects of the skeleton rush of Necropolis that needed to be addressed. And Conflux... Actually, I didn't ever feel Conflux to be overpowered. Because the units were sort of garbage. Unless you did overstack them. But I don't know. Also, I haven't played pure Heroes 3 in a very long time. Mostly just variants of the Wake of Gods, unofficial expansion, and that really warped my ideas, my understanding of the game. So I'm not really sure how it would fare out. I think that may be a bit too big. It is, yeah, and it is a very classic game, so any chance that you get to relive the magic is a good opportunity to do so, in my opinion at least. So be sure to let me know what you think about it once you get a bit deeper into the campaign. I am quite curious myself. Oh, go on, just get in there. I'm probably wobbling all around the screen, but and I just want to get this thing done. How did it go? Did you manage to get a smooth coat? Yeah, Wake of Gods. It adds a third tier of upgrades and a billion changes to the mechanics, but you can customize them. So if you don't want anything from the Wake of Gods, you can turn it off. But it adds experience gains for regular soldiers. Really, a lot of stuff. It also does a lot of things to the cities. So you can take yeah, if you like it, you can keep the feature. If you don't, you can turn it off. It also had a lot of so you can upgrade the towns beyond the 10k, and there was a bank from which you can take loans. I mean, they really did stuff to it. Not all good, but definitely it gave it some more life. The most important thing, I think, was the fact that they gave the heroes double movement, or at least significantly increased movement, making games yeah, sure. Which is pretty fine too. Keeping it closer to the original, authentic experience is not a bad thing in any way. Oh, so I actually need to cut some more bits. Yeah, but it was also buggy as hell, so you can't really keep balances where you made so many changes to how the game functioned. Still though, again, if you're in the mood for some heroes with some modifications, and if you haven't gone through Wake of Gods, it's a good thing to play. But I would advise against going in the campaigns, because they decided they have to do some weird puzzle things. And these puzzle things are more or less unsolvable unless you know exactly what you're doing. It just loses the point. So for WoG you just go to the scenarios and random map generations. Wicked. So doing some good progress there, I see. And I'm just sitting here cutting paper clips. Actually, I don't even think that's a paper clip. It's just been... I've just been using it forever. It doesn't look anything like what it was. Did you send me a pic of the Ravener? Yep. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, I saw it. It looks great. Can't wait to see it with some paint on. Nice, well, don't forget to send us updates. The hole here is there. There he is. Cool. Okay. You do that. Yeah, these pins are way too big. I'm gonna have issues with those, but it'll happen when it happens, I guess. This arm I also missed. Because of course I did. I should be pretty close to done myself. But we'll see. Again, I feel like these pins are way too long right now. So I might have to replace them with shorter ones. Yeah, this is huge. It just sticks out way too much. Oh yeah, the whole gang. Nice, but aren't they all like big guys? Won't you be fielding the what were they called? Thermagants or Hermagants? The small Zergling like thingies? Or are you going just big guys all the way? Yeah, I guess. I mean, actually, I don't know. Is that a lot? Is it not? Medium big. Oh, okay. Right, so all the pins are in place. And we can try and see how well they will work together. 1750, okay. So wait, so that means you need to have quite a few more. Yeah, okay. Okay, well, this one stays rather well. Okay. A bit on the wobbly side. Yeah, the pins are too big. Still. For now, this is how they will stay. just try and put them all together in any possible assortment of ways. Yeah, the smaller pins work like a charm. Yep. Bit wobbly. I suppose nothing a bit more sticky tack won't be able to... Oh, that's why. They completely hide under. Yeah, alright. Everything is falling apart.
To another dead dragon, there is just one drink we need, Nord mead. Nord mead. Chug another mead and another mother mead. Chug another mother mead till you fall down. Chug another mead and another mother mead. Chug another mother mead, Moria.
Okay, White Wolf. Thank you very much for joining. Good luck on the Diablo and have fun for the rest of the evening. See you soon. Oh yeah, I'll need to fix the length of the pins. But aside from that, I think we should be good. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe not. Yeah, these are just all right. Right, so I guess we can call it at that. Maybe just try and glue this part together. Oh, and after the drilling, it would appear I need to reapply some glue to the chest pieces. Drilling. Okay. Well.
Oh. Oh.
Yes, I'll just have one more smoke and I will be off. For this evening, so tomorrow, as I said, I'll be going to a concert, so I probably won't be able to stream. Same thing goes for Wednesday, unless I decide not to go on Wednesday, in which case I will do some painting. And alternatively, instead of metal pins, I can go for toothpicks. I don't know, I'll see. Maybe the right way would be to stick them in before cutting them off. Yeah, we'll see. And of course, I shouldn't forget to drill the barrels. Important in time. Been fun though. I think this is mostly everything done. I should be able to safely prime these parts. I won't do so now because there are still some final touch-ups to make on the build, but overall I think we're done and we've made a somewhat decent-ish job. With just a few minor adjustments to the length of the pins, the bits and pieces should come in flawlessly. Also, I probably should have pinned the bodies instead of the arms. But again, since this is a sticky tack, I can redo everything. I don't like the fact that the chest place, the breastplates, chest plates started to fall off from the drilling because I caused pressure to the models after the bond was completed. Yeah, this guy will need to have his chest plate re-glued. So here and there, some minor touch-ups. I would have preferred to just magnetize them, but what are you gonna do?
the design of the models just doesn't lend itself to magnets. At least not the standard ones, maybe a smaller diameter. But I won't get a new set of magnets just for these guys. I'll deal with what I have. Could maybe get some actual paper clips, cause this, I don't know what this. It's not a paper clip. Alright guys, this will be it from me for tonight. Thank you ever so much for joining and for sticking around. I don't think I'll be doing another build stream for the Goliaths, so expect something new or just more painting in the near future. Thanks again, bye Rimbo, and have a lovely evening to all. Love what you do what you love. For now, bye bye.